So as you saw there, I took off the heads, the valve covers. So this is kind of like an LS setup. I know it's not an LS. It's not even a GM product. It's a Ford, but it's just straight cam underneath. No overhead cams, all the valves and everything. However, I notice clean piston, clean piston. I didn't even notice this at first. And then this one, same thing. And let me get a light here. This one's fairly clean. That one's actually really clean. So I think it's the firing order is 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, 6. So cylinder 2 and 3 had really bad misfires, which I don't even know where that chunk of piston is. So now we decide whether or not to salvage this, because this was like a 284,000 mile motor, or get a junkyard one and just throw it in there. But so in one of my earlier videos, I mentioned possibly building this motor, throwing it back in the truck, and having kind of like a built Ford Ranger. So if that's the case, because we're gonna have to change, well, if we change one piston, I'm gonna want to change them all, and then who knows if the rod is bent yet or not, because I still have to take the oil pan off, check those guys. So if we do that, then we can fully build this. I don't even know if you can get a cam for these engines. I know it sounds really dumb building a V6 motor, but at the same time, putting the money into building a V6 motor like this compared to dropping a V8 in there, doing all the wiring, everything, this would just be build a motor, throw it in, runs and drives, and you'll have a solid motor that's gonna make a little bit extra horsepower. Do we build the motor? Let me get the oil pan off and see what it looks like underneath in the oil pan. Tell me if you see the issue.
Oh. What happened?
I couldn't tell you.
Where's that piece?
Don't know.
It was inside? It has to be somewhere.
See, the valves aren't even scored.
Is that the side?
Yeah, this is the head. It would have been this one. The bottom one, closest to my left hand. Besides being dirty and having a misfire.
It's supposed to be open.
Yeah, there's a bunch of... The chunk's made... I haven't taken off the oil pan yet, but... This piston and this one.
This piece somewhere, unless it was just burning a little bit by
I
little.
think it was, because look at this one. This one was doing the same thing. It was burning. It looks like it was just... Like it was running almost too rich.
No, I think...
Hey, future me, remember, the longer bolts went in the front 2 holes of this oil pan. So the engine didn't get as clean as I was hoping, because my pressure washer quit working. I have to clean the carburetor. 3 years of not cleaning the carburetor and it's been fine. But for just spraying it with the super clean and then hitting it with the hose, did a pretty darn good job. Oh, jeez. There's sludge. Sludge! Holy crap, these all... Okay, everything is solid. Oh, Jesus, I think it finally locked up. Oh, no, I just freaking loosened the... Yeah, I think it finally locked up. Cool. so I can't even spin it. Can't even spin it to look at the cylinder walls that I can see from here. Let's see if I can get you guys in there. It doesn't look, I mean, it's scored, but it's not like scratched unbelievable. This one I can't really see this one. So otherwise everything is like, look at this. I remember when I did my BMW engine, that engine, the odometer stopped back in whenever Carfax was a thing, started, that's when the odometer was reported that it stopped. Because I was able to look at the Carfax and read it where it said 264 and whatever the digits. And then the next time it went for emissions, because originally it was a California car, went to Texas, so between Texas, California. And I was able to see how they just made up their mileage every year. Till 1 year in like 2002 or something, they reported the exact mileage they forgot to add. So then there was a mileage discrepancy on the car. So when I was trying to sell it, people were looking at it like, oh, it's got a red flag, a mileage discrepancy. Dude, it's a 1985 BMW. Yes, it's not going to have the exact mileage, because if you know about those cars, you know their odometers always broke. Every single one. There's not a single one that has a working odometer, and if somebody tells you it never broke, they fixed it before it broke. But that one stopped working, and the person was averaging like 15, 20,000 miles a year on it. They were daily driving that car. That engine had well over 300,000 miles. When it finally kaplunked on me, it dropped the valve into, I think it was cylinder 5, destroyed the cylinder, locked up the whole motor, and even that one, when I took it apart, there was play in the bearings, everything like that. This one, everything seems pretty solid. The cylinder walls look healthy. The other pistons look healthy. It's just something was happening with the fuel in the air where it was burning the two pistons, and probably led to why the head gasket blew. Because, yeah. So it's going to be a matter of cleaning all this up, and yeah, because there's no like heat marks. Like that's clean, that's clean. I mean, for 280, let me show you. Oh, 231,000 miles. Sorry, 231. So 250,000 miles, a 99 Ranger. I say this engine looks pretty healthy. Besides, I haven't even looked at this head. Besides some carbon buildup, that looks good. We'll just need a resurfacing, and probably not resurfacing, but just clean up. Same thing on this one, just needs to be cleaned up. I mean, there's no real, like, anything that, it looks like a healthy motor for having 231,000 miles. Yeah, even looking at the rocker, the cam phasers, and the cam itself, it looks, for 231,000 miles, this engine looks clean. So whoever had it took care of it, tried to at least. I mean, the guy I bought it from, I don't think he was the original owner, but North Carolina seemed like a guy who takes care of his things. So whoever had it before him definitely also took care of it. And yeah, as you can see, I have everything laid out where it came from, front to back, left and right, or right and left, whichever way you look at it, or right and left, whatever. I know how it's placed. I know where everything came from, so I know where it has to go back in. So I'm gonna say that's it for this video. And I don't know how long it is, but just replace the piston or build the motor. Tell you guys what, if this video, I don't want to say goes viral, but if this video does fairly well in the next week or so, and I mean like sort of blows up, I'll build the motor. I'm probably gonna do a clickbaity title saying we're gonna build, should we build this motor? Because I had the idea of doing it from the get-go when I bought this truck, of building the motor, kind of putting some more horsepower to it, and just having a little cruiser. But it's a good little work truck, so whoever gets it after me is gonna have a little oomph to it. But I'm gonna leave this up to you guys. I could just slap in a couple new pistons, clean up everything, put it all back together, new head gaskets, call it a day. But the other thing is I have to figure out why it was doing that to the pistons. So I'm gonna look into that. If you guys know why, let me know. Comment down below. Please let me know, or email me or message me on Instagram, because I know it's a fueling issue, but that's weird. That just those two are burning up. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, big thumbs up. If you really, really want to see me build this motor, and I mean like try and get a cam for it, pistons, maybe bore it out, share it with your friends, have them watch the video, have them share it, and I will catch you guys later. Bye.